6 Super Bowls with Tom Brady and 500 without him. What, Dave, have you learned about Bill Belichick post Tom Brady?
I don't go in on all of this, and I know Shady's going to. I'll let him do it. I don't go in on this whole thing that like, oh, you're so bad without your quarterback. Most coaches are 500 without, like, their franchise quarterback. Like, we've talked about Tomlin. We've talked about all these guys. The thing for me that I think is striking about the Patriots, I don't know what their identity is in a post-Tom Brady world. Like, you can go down the line of, like, any team in the league and give you, like, a snapshot of what they do. Like, they run the ball. They play great defense. They got a great offensive line. Super fast receivers in Miami. They air the ball out. They throw over the middle of the field. What do the Patriots do, and what are they good at? I mean, like, they got a nice defense. Matthew Judon is a fantastic pass rusher. But, like, without Tom Brady, when you're going into a Patriots game, what are you preparing for? Like Ramondre Stevenson, like an okay rushing attack, a who's who of receivers who don't really do a whole lot for you, a defense that's it's okay. Like, I don't know who they are, what they do well, and who does it.
Whose fault
outside
is
of
that,
Tom Brady.
though? Don't you have to put that on the head coach? If people are watching the show and don't know what this show is about, you got to blame a producer. You got to blame an exec.
Got to blame
Whose fault
Acho.
is that?
I mean, if you want, like, Bill Belichick absolutely deserves some culpability in that. Just when you think, like, it seems like the Patriots, and at this point, you know, we're a few years past Tom Brady leaving, right? This is season number 3. Whether it's replenishing the talent level, again, what does this team hang its hat on? What do they do well? Who are the players that do that well? I'll say Matthew Judon's name again because he deserves it. He's a hell of a player.
Beast.
He's not a homegrown Patriots player, though. He's a guy that they brought in free agency. So, yeah, whether you want to put it on Belichick, the rest of the front office, the rest of the decision makers there, it seems like the Patriots are stuck in neutral in terms of moving on from Tom Brady. I mean, they're 500. They're not a bad team, but it doesn't really seem like they've chosen a direction to go after Tom Brady.
It's funny. It's like nobody wants to say it, right? They don't want to say the truth. The truth is, without Tom Brady, what I've learned, what you've learned, what we all learned from watching this team, he's a regular coach. He's not the greatest of all time that we've never seen. He's not the best thing we've ever seen as a coach. No, he's not. Tom Brady was that.
How many?
And now, hold on, I'll let you talk.
Okay, all right.
I'll let you talk.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Now that we watch him, like you talked about, there's no identity. I don't see what they hang their hat on, right? But this is what I do know. I do know when I played for the Bills, right? We would all sit around and talk about it. If Tom Brady's not in that locker room over there in the Patriots, they're a regular team. He's a regular coach. And you see it. I mean, let's just look at the numbers. Before I give you my opinion, let's just give some facts. So, Belichick's career without Tom Brady. Without Tom Brady, he wins 47% of the games, right? He made the playoffs 2 times out of 8 without Tom Brady. So you're not going to the playoffs. You're not really winning with Tom Brady, right? You made the playoffs 17 out of 18 seasons that he was there. That's winning. And you won 77% of your games. So with Tom Brady, you have a real chance to win. You're a real franchise. Now they're a joke. They're last place in the AFC East. They're last place. I'm going to tell you what the facts are, right?
They're 6-6.
When the last time you ever seen the Patriots last? Oh, wow. Last. You know when? 18 years ago. And the last argument I'm going to say before I pass along to Joy or you, Belichick is like all the other coaches that didn't win, right? I love Tomlin. I think Tomlin's probably a better coach, in my opinion. I think he's a better coach. Guys like Rex Ryan. Who else? What's the guy from Cincinnati? Marvin Lewis?
Marvin Lewis.
Come on. They're on the same boat. What's the difference? The difference is that they have Tom Brady, number 12. Because now he's gone. Look at him. Look at him. It's a joke. It's a joke. And nobody wants to say it. I'm going to say it. Because we've been knew it. Now that he's gone, now you can see it. He leaves, they're going to get a championship. They leave, they get Mac. So they get their quarterback, Mac Jones, right? Rookie. They talk about how Belichick, I'm sorry, Drew, it just burns me up.
All right, get it out, man.
They get Mac Jones, right? First round quarterback. Did good at Alabama. Smart kid. Started as a rookie. I don't see no development there. They talk about how Belichick is disciplined and how he develops players. Who are they developing? They're not developing nobody. The only good players they do have, that they do get, is players that come from other teams, right? That they paying. When you ever seen the Patriots go out and pay players? I'm being serious. Now I'm being serious. You'll never see nobody pay no players. They cut their best player on defense because he didn't want to set the couch they wanted, right? Jamie Collins. Because you had Tom Brady. We don't need him for defense. We got Tom. Now he going, they paying everybody. They trying to get everybody a check to come over here. Pay me, I'll come. I'll come over there. Pay you, you come over there. It's a joke, man.
Joy, what have you learned about Bill Belichick since Tom Brady departed?
Tell the truth, Joy.
What I think I've learned about Bill Belichick is that he's not good at pivoting. He's not evolving. And I think that's the difference. He often gets compared to Nick Saban. And I think in a lot of ways they have parallels. They're friends, they study each other, they talk a lot, they share a lot of information. But Nick Saban has evolved. Like, he's made major pivots. Alabama was always about defense.
Yep.
Because that's what the sport was about, defense. You could win with a regular quarterback. You could win with a regular offense, particularly in college, if you had an unbelievable defense. Saban lost a couple times, like, hold up. That ain't about to be me.
Yep.
Let's get some quarterbacks. Let's get some wide receivers. Now, Alabama is a quarterback factory, a wide receiver factory. Why? Because he pivoted. You have to evolve with the sport. And it just feels like Belichick, well, I can't discount what he's done. I'm not going to erase what I watched for 20 years. Tom Brady is obviously the biggest factor in that success, but there's a lot that goes into being a successful organization as a whole that I think Belichick set the tone for, and Tom Brady was the perfect player, had the perfect attitude, and was the perfect quarterback for the system that Bill Belichick set up and took it to the next level. But you're not going to get another Tom Brady, ever. There will never be another Tom Brady. Ain't like a junior Tom Brady, ain't like a baby Tom Brady. It's not happening again. He's one of one. Mold was broken. The end. They took the parts to different parts of the earth. You're not going to bring it back together. Ain't no Thanos happening. It's not happening. So because we know that the game itself has shifted, why are you not shifting along with it? And it's not that I don't think Mac Jones is capable of developing. He shows that he's capable of running an offense. But you saw him last night. If you getting Mac Jones frustrated, if he's yelling at coaches, you saw him yelling, throw the ball. That's Mac Jones. I didn't even know he had it in him. Proud of you. There he is. Look at him. A little spice. Give it to him, Mac.
Oh, he cussed?
Tell him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he cussed twice. Oh.
I know Mac. Mac got that dog in him. I like to see it. If you're frustrating him, there's something wrong there. So to me, he hasn't evolved.
Let me throw something explosive into this conversation. Shady, you're going to like this one. Right. I think that Bill Belichick's greatest error isn't necessarily as a coach. I think his greatest error is as a general manager. And the problem is, Bill Belichick, the general manager, it seeps into him as a coach. What do I mean? Since 2014, the Patriots, Bill Belichick, has drafted 80 players. 2 have made the Pro Bowl. Their punter and Mac Jones, who was a replacement player. So truth be told, 1 has initially made the Pro Bowl, a punter drafted in the 5th round. Bill Belichick, you cannot be the chef and be upset at what the person that is buying the ingredients is supplying you if you are the person buying the ingredients. Now, what's fascinating to me, Dave, is this. If Bill Belichick is greater than every other coach, which the world has led us to believe, then he should have greater results than every other coach without his great quarterback. If Bill Belichick is greater than Tomlin, if Bill Belichick is greater than all these other coaches, then how come Bill Belichick is 500 like Tomlin is 500 without their starter? Who I think is most interesting to take a good hard look at is Andy Reid.
He can't touch Andy.
Andy
Reid
even
touch Andy.
Andy Reid had Donovan McNabb. He had Mike Vick. He had Alex Smith. He had Pat Mahomes. He drafted Nick Foles. Nick Foles goes on to be a Super Bowl MVP under a different coach, but he drafts Nick Foles. Andy Reid had all of those quarterbacks, and all of those quarterbacks succeeded, and Andy Reid succeeded with all those quarterbacks. The last one being Patrick Mahomes. But before Pat, Andy Reid was still balling. Shady, I wanted to come to you on that note because how do you feel about Bill Belichick in light of a guy like Andy Reid?
I just think of, like, Andy Reid, like, he can't touch Andy on no level. Like, and all them quarterbacks, I give them credit, they were great, especially Pat. Pat's probably the best out of all them guys. But if you give Andy Reid a dude like Tom Brady, come on. Championships. What they win, 6 over there in New England? He might have won 10. I don't know. For example, like, he was taking decent wide receivers.
James Thrash, Todd Kingston.
4 times to the MC Championship? Like, and I don't want to hate on Belichick. I'm just keeping it real. Like, once you take Tom away from that, the Patriots, they look regular. You give Andy Reid that. You give Andy Reid him. Andy Reid develops players. He coaches them. He does everything. I just don't see the big hype with Belichick.
We don't have time.
I don't see it.
We don't have time for what I'm about to say.
For Andy Reid, I can see it.
It's going to make y'all mad. Andy Reid has had great quarterback play for the vast majority of his career. Like, Donovan McNabb was a great quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is the best. So that's where Shady's going to go. Think about all of the great coaches and all of the great quarterback play, whether it's Mike Tomlin with Ben Roethlisberger whether it's Mike McCarthy when he was with Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur now that he has Aaron Rodgers, Sean Payton and Drew Brees, all of these great coaches with great quarterback play, and everybody else has a spotty at best record of winning championships. The Patriots went to, what, 8 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Well, I think the
9. They went to 9.
That's Tommy.
So it's all Tom Brady. He's
right.
that much better than even like Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
Yeah, he is.
I know he's the best
He
of all
is.
time.
He better than
I
boys,
can't
too.
buy that it's
He is
simply
the best of all time,
the
but
quarterback.
also we regard Bill Belichick as the greatest coach of all time.
We do.
Where we don't necessarily talk about those guys as the greatest coaches of all time. They're all great. Many of them are Hall of Fame coaches, but Bill Belichick gets put into the same category as Tom Brady. Now, I don't think
That's what's fascinating.
I don't
That's
think
a
that
great point,
It's
Joey.
fascinating.
Thank you, guys. Let's take that moment and take that compliment. I don't think that the book has been written yet. I don't think we can really evaluate the two of them until both of their careers are over, because obviously Tom Brady is winning now. He won a Super Bowl. He went to another organization. They're more competitive than
Playoffs
the
every year.
Patriots. Yes, exactly. Now, do I think that Bill Belichick will, let's say he plays for another 5 years, that he'll win a Super Bowl? No, I don't, because I don't think that he's going to evolve in a way that he needs to. And your point about him being a GM is very true. That's you. You can't complain about how players are playing when you're consistently picking the players. But I think when I talk about him evolving, I think that's also what I mean. That, you know, we talk about Andy Reid and what he's done with those quarterbacks. Andy Reid's an offensive coach. Bill Belichick and most of his success happened when a time when defense, you could really win with defense. Now, obviously, we know Tom Brady was the biggest part of that, but you could have a strong defense and still make up for Tom Brady throwing to guys that we didn't know. Also, they don't have an offensive coordinator. Like, they're doing things that are unexplainable. Like, why do you not have an offensive coordinator with a young quarterback in his second year? So there are a lot of things that still have to play out for the rest of Belichick's career. But I think once the book is written, we'll see really the biggest picture of whether it was all Tom Brady, which I don't think you can disregard what they accomplished, but the scales might tip a lot depending on how these next few years go. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.